Hello, I'm Justin.
I'm Mariana.
I'm Ross.
And this is Shooting the Bull. Ross,
Yes.
you're now 28 years old, man.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, yesterday was the man's birthday. He is now 28 years old, which means we both actually are 28, which means
Yeah.
we survived the 27 club.
We did.
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
I didn't get famous enough to die yet, though.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Speak for yourself, kid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, but 30 is coming, man. It's
I
getting...
know, I'm so...
What'd you think about yesterday? Like, what were your thought process yesterday when you woke up and you were 28 years old? What were you thinking about? Were you thinking about, like, 30 coming? Because I know I kind of did a little bit. I was like, 30 is just over the horizon. It's staring me in the face.
Yeah. I didn't really think about it during the day. But, yeah, it's on my mind a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, though. Is I kind of, like, don't remember being 27. Well, I mean, I do, because it just happened. But, like, I never really thought of myself, like...
27.
I'm 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, I kind of just, like, glossed over.
Well, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't thought a whole lot about being 28.
I can identify with 28 more than I can identify with 27.
It's not me. It's the same to me. Like nothing's really changed. The only thing that's prevalent for me is that 30 is just in the distance.
Yeah, it's weird. It's strange thinking
And I'm still a loser.
I met you when I was...
I'm a little baby.
Baby,
So why don't you
kill me? Do you know what the hardest birthday for me was 25.
Oh my gosh, you were crying the
What was wrong
whole
with 25?
day.
25 I was very melancholy.
He even wrote a film about it. I'm a quarter of a century years
Oh
old.
yeah.
That's what it was?
25 inspired like Drew Doohickey from My Love Legacy, which is the film that I wrote. And
That name is so nerdy.
Drew I know.
That's from... I knew a kid named Mikey Doohickey. That's how it came up with it. Yeah.
That's how it came up with
Oh.
He came up with
snap.
Drew. He came up with Drew, and we were trying to find a funny name. And I was like, I knew a kid in high school called Mikey Doohickey.
it. And I was like, Drew Doohickey.
Yeah.
I
didn't know Doohickey was the last name.
Actually, I've had the character Drew Doohickey for years.
Yeah,
he was in a completely different movie, and I
As
pulled
a
him out of that movie.
mortician?
Yeah, he played the same. He was a mortician, nerdy kid. I pulled him out of that movie and put him into Legacy. Yeah. But really, the whole thing about Legacy was
On your 21st birthday. Oh, not 21st, 25th.
25th.
Because I told you I wanted to play a killer stripper.
Yeah.
He came up with the name Legacy.
So in that movie, the whole like undertone of that movie is totally about being 25 and being
A quarter of a century years old. It's like a quarter life crisis film.
Yeah, because that's what really struck me is that I became 25 and I realized I'm a quarter of a century year old and everything that I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't
Same
achieved.
here. You have achieved way more than I have.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
But here's the weird thing. The thought of being like an old guy I'm like cool with that. Like I hope I live to be like really old.
Totally.
But the middle part is not super attractive.
The working and the struggling.
I think it's just the reality that sets it because it feels like every year that you get older, that dream or that goal seems to just get one more year away.
Yeah, but you could look at it as you're getting closer. You're going
the right way.
Yeah. As time progresses, you're getting closer to whatever it is you're going to do.
Someone told me that whenever you have a birthday, instead of saying that you are 28 years old, you say that you are level 28. So it's sort of like you're just leveling up, gaining experience.
Ross has just leveled up.
Nice.
Level it up.
Welcome to level 28, bitches.
What's funny is when I was a little kid, I actually thought that way too.
Yeah.
Like when someone got, like when I was like 12 and I got a character that was level 12, I was like,
oh, they're 12 years old now.
yeah, that's how I thought of it.
12 years old.
I like that.
But yeah, it was...
What'd you do yesterday?
Kind of just hung out. Audra came over, and then later on we went to Conky.
Conky.
Did they flip the food in your mouth?
No, we had a guy who...
They didn't pop, lock, and drop it.
No, they usually do. I think we got a guy who's kind of like new.
Oh.
He was pretty cool.
Did he put on any kind of show?
He did a little like flipping of stuff and.
We didn't flip any bowls in his hat or anything.
No, he did the like spinning of the egg and then like catching it on the spatula.
Yeah.
That's rookie level, man.
Amateur level.
Yeah, I think he was. He was talking about how he it only took him 3 weeks to learn how to do that.
Well,
at least for Conky, because some guy there, we were sitting next to this huge douchebag. I can tell you more about that in a bit. But he
tell me about it now.
Okay, so it was just.
I love hearing about huge douches.
It's just the
My favorite subject.
Summer's Eve, let's go.
It's the sort of like cliche guy. We sat down, another like group sat down, and then a few minutes late, this jackass shows up.
Great.
And he's like a big dude. Comes in like
fat or like jock?
Like jock.
Okay.
He made it a point to tell everyone that he played football.
They always do. Yeah, I played football.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny Football, calm down.
He came walking up with a drink already. So
dude.
One of those guys.
Douche.
That's what John should have done. You should have been like,
douche.
Well, I went. A friend named Jason met us there.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like
Jason
joking.
from the vet thing?
Yeah. He
actually went outside.
He actually came to us. Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I know. I couldn't. He never attends things. Anywhere. But yeah, he came and
he was joking about the guy.
Yeah, he was joking around because I forget what the guy was saying, but he was just kind of like thinking he was hilarious, and then Jason just turned to me and was like, yeah. I'm agreeing with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so funny, yeah. So sweat, bro.
But he.
Do you even lift, bro?
He's the type of guy who, like, when they asked if everything was good, he was like, it was horrible.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
that guy.
Yeah,
look at this guy. Yeah, this guy never gets that.
No.
This guy over here never gets that comment in a day.
Water without ice is not worth drinking. He made that known.
Oh my!
Because he didn't want to drink the water because it didn't have ice. What's the point of water if you don't have ice? I mean, I like ice in my water too, but I'm not gonna bitch about it.
It's water.
Yeah.
It's fucking free, man.
Take it, dude. It's the only thing that you're gonna get free tonight at Con Key.
Yeah,
for real.
Jesus Christ!
So
take it.
Yeah. So he asked the guy how long it took him to train. And the guy was like, "Oh, it took me like 3 weeks." And he was like, "Oh, I would have figured it would have taken you like years and years and years to do what you're doing." And
to flip an egg.
Yeah. And then the guy was like, well, I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings for a while.
Ooh.
And he was like, I cut like all the chicken up and stuff like that. And he's like, but I'm in the kitchen and nobody's around. He's like, occasionally I hear people like yelling because they're watching a game, and it just seems so much fun. And I was just in there thinking like, man, I want to go and like interact with people.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to Con Key. And the guy was like, yeah, I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings, never eaten there, but I've drank so much beer over there.
Oh God! And I've watched UFC.
Yeah,
I've totally watched the fights.
Gotta watch the game, bro.
Yeah.
Pound of the brewskis, watch the game, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's kind
touchdown with the field goals and the tween wave SWAT.
Yeah.
What?
Sports.
Sports. What was that last part? Tweenway spot? What'd you say? I'm gonna have to listen to a replay of this.
That's from South Park.
Oh,
the tween wave. The tween wave.
Tween wave.
Never mind.
I don't watch South Park.
Wasted material on your feeble mind.
Someone out there, the one person who watches South Park, just laughs.
Yeah, tween wave. What? Sports.
Jesus.
The meal is over, and she comes around asking if anyone needs a box, and he goes, "Of course I don't need a box. I don't leave food. I'm a man. Men don't take
That's
boxes."
what he said?
Yeah.
He said, "I'm a man?
Yeah.
I'm a man. I don't leave food?"
Yeah.
What? Who is this human and why does he exist?
I don't know. I was just like...
I'd have had to get his name and look up his Facebook page. I'd be like, "Sir, what's your name? I just have to know."
I need to know if you're real.
No.
I mean, do I put you in the phone as douchebag? I mean, what do I put you as? What do you got a name?
He was just in it. They found out it was my birthday, and there was the other people, it was their birthday, and so they bring out like a little like dessert.
It's my birthday too.
No, but he said something to me. I don't know what he said, but he was trying to like kind of talk and like be like chummy with me.
Yeah.
I didn't even pay attention to what he said. I was like, fuck this guy.
He was like the dog in the furry costume.
Yeah.
Nah.
But he was a huge douchebag, but it wasn't even almost enough to ruin the meal.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I mean, good.
It was just one of those guys.
Actually,
where it was like, of course.
I would have enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it because it's entertainment. Yeah. He's almost as more entertaining as the new guy working the counter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a splinter, not like a...
Just everyone point and laugh at this douchebag over here.
Well, we got out. Like, as soon as we got out, I was just like, God, what a douchebag that guy was. Like, everyone was thinking it.
Oh, I just think so too.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so that was cool. So I didn't really do a whole lot. I just hung out around my place and then went there and came back home.
I mean, that's a 28-year-old birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually spent the day at work.
Mm-hmm.
and then I went and ate at Bonefish.
So you had to work on Labor Day, or you just chose to?
No, I mean, on my birthday.
Sorry.
No, dude,
I thought you meant yesterday.
No, I've been on vacation. Like, today was my first day back at
You're
work.
on vacation for 10 days?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it was what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Saturday,
Sunday, Monday.
10 days.
I was thinking, like, how many days was that? Yeah, that was a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Today was my first day back. I had 325 unread emails waiting on my emails.
Too many. That is too many friggin' emails.
That's a lot of emails, man. And only like 7 pertain to me.
Oh, okay.
But,
skip through some stuff.
I mean, there was some that was like, not important, not important, not important.
Delete.
delete. But,
that's cool.
Yeah, good.
I share my birthday with some pretty cool people.
Oh, yeah?
If you guys want to know.
Yes, I'd love to know.
I think it's... One of them is Freddie Mercury.
Yes,
right?
Freddie Mercury.
That is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
That is a cool one to show.
Freddie Mercury, Masamune Date.
What the hell
You
is
guys
that?
An old badass samurai.
Really?
Masamune Date.
Yeah,
Masamune Date.
he's awesome. You guys probably seen him, like his armor. He was the guy who wore the giant, like crescent moon.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him.
He was born on September the 5th?
Yeah, and his nickname was the One-Eyed Dragon, which is a pretty badass nickname because he only had one eye.
Oh.
You don't like that, do you?
No, I do. I was
you
thinking
gave me a look when I said one eye.
I was thinking of a joke.
Oh, okay, what's the joke?
The One-Eyed Dragon. That's...
Oh my god!
I didn't even go there. I never went there.
That's what they called me. They called me the One-Eyed Dragon.
No, he had when he was like young, he had smallpox, and it like infected his right eye.
Oh, isn't that the same thing that happened with that one rapper that's really famous, 1738? Fetty Wap.
He only has one eye.
He only has one working eye.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I've heard of him, but I don't know anything about him. But yeah, he plucked his own eye out when he was like 7.
He plucked his eye out?
Yeah, because he got infected.
Are we talking about Fetty Wap or are we talking about Samurai?
Fetty Wap kept his eye.
I was like, holy crap.
No.
Fetty Wap plucked his eye out at 7?
No, he knew.
Jesus Christ, that's one hardcore dude.
Yeah.
That is ghetto.
Dude, well, it was for Dante, man. But he apparently, he knew that it could be used against him, like, if he had this wounded eye or whatever. So he just pulled it right out.
Popped it out.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I need to show you this picture. There's this guy. His name was Ernie Irvin. He was a race car driver. They called him Swervin' Irvin because he crashed a lot. But he actually wore an eye patch when he drove because he had a really blank stare because he was a welder. And so all that light got into that. And he just had these protective. He had these pale. He would do racing interviews and he just. And we got a really good car today.
Oh my god!
But he had no depth perception, and when you're going 200 plus miles per hour, depth perception would be nice to have.
Yeah,
so he wore an eye patch so that he could see where he was going, but he still wasn't very good because they called him Swervin' Irvin.
Right.
Swervin' Irvin.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
But and then the other one I know is Jesse James, the outlaw.
Oh.
Not the douchebag who makes bikes.
Also not the Team Rocket duo.
No. No, but they're named after the original.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
The outlaw.
I just thought of that. I never thought of that. Jesse and James.
Jesse and James. There was another...
Today, I finally realized.
Yeah, and later on in the show, there was another group from Team Rocket called Butch and Cassidy.
Butch and Cassidy.
Yeah.
Butch Cassidy. Mm-hmm. And the Sundance Kid.
Yeah, he wasn't in He wasn't in the show.
He wasn't in the show.
But yeah, so that's kind of cool. Do you guys share your birthdays with anyone cool?
The Queen of England.
Okay. She's really cool.
Yeah. All of England celebrates my birthday.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever looked it up.
Yeah,
Mine is... I mean, I know that Shakespeare's birthday is near my birthday, and Hitler's birthday is near my birthday, so...
Congratulations.
It's near them, not on them.
Hitler ruined so many things for so many people. Like, obviously, the things...
Yeah.
The obvious... I mean... The obvious thing. I mean...
Good observation.
No.
I think that's why I'm in America right now.
Let me explain. I mean, like, he ruined a haircut, he ruined a mustache, he ruined the name Hitler,
Iconic,
he ruined the name Adolf.
Yeah, you're right. No one names their kid Adolf.
Anything about this guy, everyone gets away from.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's the only one I know that's actually done the mustache.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know, but Michael Jordan has that mustache.
I don't know why he does that.
I don't either.
And then the swastika was inspired by a Hindu symbol.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Or was it a... Yeah, I think it's Hindu symbol or Buddhist symbol.
In Eastern religions, I think similar things pop up. Because I know that's one in Japan that's similar.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
He just ruined. He ruined all these iconic things, and then also did
like
the horrible shit he
ovens.
did.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Hitler.
I'm sorry. That was terrible.
I didn't even hear what you said.
What did you say?
Like ovens.
Oh,
I gotta go
God.
home. No. I'm sorry.
There was a joke, really bad joke. I'll tell it anyway.
The gesture.
No, oh yeah, the gesture.
I'm just saying, that's another thing
yeah,
you ruined.
if you ever walk out on stage and you're just like, hey y'all, nobody.
No.
A stiff wave.
A stiff wave
is always going to be seen as bad.
It's always going to be seen as a sig heil.
Yeah.
So I lazily wave at people. I'm like, hey, I can't be offensive.
Hey. Just shake it when you get up there.
Yeah, Hitler ruined a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Chris Evans. I share a birthday with Chris Evans, who plays Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
I tweeted him because he tweeted like about his birthday or something.
Yeah.
And I tweeted him and said, hey, I got the same birthday too, and he liked it. And I was like,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
He's cool.
Me and Captain America have the same birthday.
That's pretty patriotic.
Yeah, it is pretty patriotic. You know, I'm an American. I'm straight American. I mean, I'm from Pico Green. You can't get any more American than that, right?
No.
So much USA.
So much. Ariana had a really busy weekend, man. We were just talking before we started the show. She was over here just kind of falling out, and I was like, are you okay?
Drove a lot this weekend. I was hired as just a model to hang out for this really expensive Gatsby themed party in downtown Wilmington.
Must have been a depressing party.
It was interesting. It was a very interesting party. The people were really nice, and I had my hair professionally done, makeup done, really nice outfit, and lots of photos taken. And I got to sit in some really cool cars, and I had to leave immediately from there to go to a performance. Now, there was just the hurricane that affected Wilmington pretty badly. And the venue that I had closed on Friday, and that's where we were supposed to perform, but the entire ceiling, the roof, had caved in. So our entire performance space was flooded.
Oh.
I was like, great!
Yeah.
And I found that out on Friday night, and we had to perform on Saturday. And so I messaged the owners, and one of the owners said, oh, yeah, it's fine. We cleaned it up. It's all good. And I'm walking over there after doing this event where I was in heels from noon until 7:30, and I'm still wearing heels. And I'm walking across town in heels, carrying this huge duffel bag on the phone, because the person I was doing the concert with, Bruno Rose, tells me, he said, hey, have you heard from Brown Coat? No. They said, well, it's actually still messed up. I said, is it?
Yeah.
Great. So we show up, and it's still a little damp, but the entire stage we were going to perform completely, you can't use it. There's stuff hanging from the ceiling. Half of the ceiling's not there.
To be fair, Brown Coat has kind of always looked like that.
It's had some rough times, totally, but it's also a historic building, and renovations are hard. It's really expensive downtown, too.
You can literally say now that it's been rode hard and put up wet.
Oh my gosh. So they have a bar, and then they have the theater. At the bar, they had a little miniature stage that was covered up with tables, so we moved the tables and made that a stage.
Okay.
And had the bar that was open, and the place was packed. Mm-hmm. It was so cool. We couldn't get the microphones to work for 20 minutes, which was just even scarier. Yeah. And the sound guy, our sound mixer that was there was amazing, but he kept going, we might have a problem. And I'm like, and he goes, oh, never mind, I fixed it. Oh my God. He did that 4 times, and I was going to lose my mind. Yeah. But we performed from 9 until about 11:30.
Okay, that's cool.
And it was so much fun. Yeah. It was so much fun.
Nice.
Whew. And that was just one day. Then the next day, we had 2 photo shoots back to back. And one of them was just for a guy named Michael Dunn, who normally does a lot of nude photo shoots. And I told him, I'm not going to do that. Right. Because I don't know. I'd let Justin do it for
I think
me.
the people would want to see that.
You get more money.
Right? Yeah.
Tell Michael Dunn if you're listening. I'm in. I'm just saying.
He's in.
Well, it's funny the way you
just tell me when. Just tell me where.
I did a photo shoot for just a guy. I was like, just some strange.
No. I know him. Yeah. He and his girlfriend both are photographers, and they both did the shoots. And now for Wendy G, because I've worked with Wendy G before.
I like that name.
Wendy G. Oh, yeah. I did a photo shoot with her. I'm like, Wendy G, you slay me. You like my poetry? Yes. But, so for him, I just did like really weird fashion that I normally would wear for belly dancing or whatever. And then with Wendy, she wanted to do full silver body paint. Mm-hmm. And she wanted me to do contortioning.
Okay.
So that was hard.
I like the picture. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I really do like it. You know what I like about it? It's that it's silver body paint on her.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the picture, it almost looks like they went into Photoshop and just cropped out her head and left it in color.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks so good. It looks like that it looks like the silver paint isn't paint. It looks like that was done for black and white, and that they just cropped out her head and left it color.
They just painted all my body up to my chin line with silver.
Nice.
all of it.
And I
All
swear
of
to you,
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks
Wendy
cool,
and
but
I
bet
got really
it's,
personal really quick. I was like, whoop! But thankfully, I still got to wear things to censor myself then too, because
Yeah.
I won't do. I like clothes on my body. Like that's just
Yeah,
me.
was the people like trying to get you sort of like, okay, now you're comfortable? A little bit less.
No. They were
Okay,
they
that's
were
cool.
super chill about it.
Yeah.
And with Wendy, the reason why she wanted as little as possible is because since it is contortioning, she wanted to show the body muscles, the body features, and with the photos that she did were really cool. Even if I wasn't wearing anything, you still wouldn't see anything.
Right.
I
With the
really
photos
liked
that we
it.
did.
They were really neat. I think the one I've only seen one, but the one that I saw, what I really liked the most about it was that, you know, I look at stuff differently because I am the filmmaker as well. So I always look at
So
that.
he looks at the lighting and the artistry of it rather than like, hey, it's a face. Word.
Word. Look at the muscles. No, like I really like what I like. That's what I just liked about it to me was that it looked. I knew how they had done it because she told me that was a spray paint and body paint.
It wasn't spray paint. It was just like,
Yeah, body paint.
Maroon.
But when I saw it, I swear to you, it looked like it was done in Photoshop.
There's some amazing things people can do with paint, like with body paint.
Yeah.
body paint is so cool.
Have you ever seen? I'm sure you have seen like people paint faces on someone's face and it just completely changes.
No.
Yeah, I've seen.
I've seen people
that.
do that.
That's
like,
pretty wild.
I've seen people do it with like anime faces where they draw like. the eye
Oh,
over
yes,
the
yes.
eye.
Okay, yeah. I've also have you
was
seen
cool.
the one where they would paint the pants on people and have them walk
Yeah, I
around
think
downtown
so.
areas?
Yeah.
That is interesting because
Yeah.
some people look at it and they're like, yeah, this clothing. And you're like,
Uh-huh.
all right.
Yeah. I'm free flowing today. Oh yes. Oh yes. So yeah, you had a pretty busy weekend.
Ugh. Then I was in Greenville for 2 days. I don't even know what I was doing in Greenville. Oh, today it was at Nick's parents' house. I was the only one at the house when Nick was at a dentist appointment. And I walked outside because I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check their mail for them and be a good Samaritan. As soon as I closed the door locked. So I was trapped outside for 2 hours. And they have a cat named Tara. Tara is an outdoor-indoor cat, mixture of both. And Tara was just chilling on the porch. I was like, what's up, cat? And
I'd have been telling Tara to go inside and open the door.
I was like, Tara, can you get the keys? And then I realized I was talking to a cat. And so I was just sitting there waiting because my phone was locked inside. And Tara sits there, just super chill. All of a sudden, pounces, catches a lizard, and drags it out to the yard, and then plays with it and eats it. I was so mortified.
I'm trying to stop it.
I was like, no, I couldn't. Like, my brain didn't process that it was
Just
happening.
shocked.
I was
Nature Geographic, man. You just gotta let it happen.
I watched a miniature National Geographic special just for me. I was like, oh my god, the lizard.
Oh
It's
man,
not-
Planet Earth.
At least it ate it.
Yeah.
It went to good use.
It was a good news. It provided that thing with lunch. Provided that thing with lunch.
Your cat just like eviscerates stuff all the time. It's always really upsetting.
My cat is a little asshole, man.
I'm talking about Skittles.
Oh, Skittles. She killed. I still can't get over this. That time she killed those baby rabbits.
Yeah.
My God, they were screaming for. I've never heard a rabbit make that sound.
Heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking. That thing was screaming for its life, and there was nothing I could do. I was actually trying to save that thing.
She
It ate every one of those little rabbits.
and she brings pieces like to the door.
Yeah, she'll leave her there and stand by all proud.
Yeah. I think I
Check
heard.
it.
Well, I think I heard that they do that. That's sort of like an affectionate thing. Like they're trying to catch something for you.
Yeah,
They do it because they think that you're weak.
Yeah.
That you can't
That's
catch your
exactly
own
right.
food.
They do it. They do it to kind of show you, like.
Yeah, but it's like meanwhile I'm feeding the cat every day.
Right.
Clearly, I've got
That
this
was
taken
my
care
point.
of.
It's like, look. I'm feeding you every day. I don't need to be shown. Okay, I'm the one going out and getting you fucking food. Why don't you go out, get a damn job,
Yeah.
go to PetSmart, buy your own damn food,
You little pussy.
you little pussy, and then we'll do it. I wanna make a cup. And I saw this. Well, I saw this one. I saw this one. Listen, I had these cats on it, and it was like, "Home is where my cat is."
Do you want to make it home is where the pussy is?
Home is where the pussy is. I was like, nice cup, but I think it could be better.
They probably have it at Spencer's.
If you could put cat, I'm sure.
Like a joke.
I'm sure that I'm probably not the first one to think of that. But like, still, I think it would be. I would love to have a cup that had the cats all over it, like cute little cats, and then it said "Home is where my pussy is."
That's ridiculous.
I would use that cup every day.
That is so
I would just walk around with it,
ridiculous.
just proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat's a little asshole.
Yeah, cats. Apparently, from what I hear, cats are that are sort of like bottle fed. That the cats that are taken away from their mother really early usually end up being kind of bad.
Yeah.
Because the mother cat, I guess, within the first like few months of life, it spends a lot of time like getting in its face when it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Sort of teaching it not to do this
I
stuff.
spent a lot of quality time with my cat this week because I was on vacation all week and I was just hanging about here at the house. It was really like just a staycation, really, and so I got a lot of quality time with the cat, and it was driving me. It was driving me pretty crazy, pretty much all day. I mean, he's just
Well,
a mean
he's
little cat.
violent.
He's very violent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very violent and he's very pissy, and you can't do anything to please him.
Yeah.
He's just always disappointed with everything you do. Every choice you make, he just looks at you like, you useless human being.
Makes
Sounds
feel
like
bad about
parents, am I right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. They're great.
No, they're great. I'm just totally kidding.
They're great. Parents
My
are
parents
wonderful.
are great. Parents are wonderful.
Thank you for reproducing.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here and be a part of them. Speaking of wonderful things, I saw something really odd, actually, but for some it may be wonderful. But there's a new form of massaging.
Oh.
Are we going back to fetishes?
You know what? This actually could technically be one. I mean, it could have been something we discussed last week, but basically, there's a new form of massaging out there. It's bite massaging.
That's called chompophilia? I'm just kidding.
Chopophilia.
That's not a real word.
Chopophilia.
Chompophilia.
There's a woman out there who does these massages, but she bites your back. She just softly makes
Like
little
nibbles?
nibbles on your back.
a nibsage.
She's a nibsage. Hey, want a nib?
nibble?
Just a little nib.
That's a bit strange.
It is.
I've never
David
had one
Bowie
from someone.
did it from her. She was talking about celebrities who had come in who she had bitten.
Yeah.
And David Bowie was one of them. She had a little scrapbook of all the little celebrities that she had done. So David Bowie had received a bite massage. But you know what? I want to, as gross as it is to receive a bunch of little bites, I want to think about that woman's mouth. I mean, that woman has had to bite the backs, and she does the ass too, of which I'm sure that little Asian guy that we talked about last week was going giggity when he saw that. But he was like, "I want one from her. I'll give her one."
Yeah, I was just like, he wants to give them.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Profession for him.
that girl's mouth.
Would that not be a weird way to find out that you have that fetish of like eating people?
If you're giving someone a massage.
And you're like nibbling?
Oh, yeah,
and
then
you
and
try a little
just kinda
too
like, you know,
hard.
like
Yeah, you're
you
like
start eating it.
yeah, you're just kind of in the middle of it, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'm
It
just
like turns on. It's like, well,
and then the person laying there,
Gotta eat that
ass. I don't know.
My ass! It's like the SpongeBob guy.
Real quick.
My leg!
If she walked in and said complimentary bite massage right now, would you do it?
Hell yeah.
You do it.
A free massage? Always.
It's the little nibbles.
I do it, but here's why I do it.
You don't like giving hugs. You want someone nibbling on your back?
Okay, alright, let me justify this. I like hugs. They're totally fine. I just don't like giving them like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because some people that I know, you love hugs.
You haven't given me a hug in 6 days.
I haven't seen you in 6 days. Oh my gosh.
Well, I would do it, but I would only do it because she bit David Bowie.
Oh, you want the teeth.
Yeah.
I want the teeth that bit David Bowie.
Yeah.
Bowie.
Yeah.
You know what? Ari doesn't like David Bowie.
I like David Bowie.
Yeah.
I like his music. I like his compositions. It's just I always find that I like his songs covered by someone else.
Okay.
I always find his songs by someone else before I realize they're by him.
I love David Bowie.
It's also
I love
because the
David Bowie.
first song I heard was "Let's Dance" by David Bowie. And
Not a great one.
It was
Not
on
a
the
great
DDR.
Not a great
Yeah, it was
one.
on DDR, and I hated it because it's like the slowest song to do, and it just bored me.
Well, I'm convinced all roads lead back to David Bowie.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge David Bowie fan.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, for my birthday, Audrey got me 7 David Bowie albums.
Nice.
Damn.
She got me 7 albums.
Did
That's
you
so
get
cool.
Ziggy Stardust? The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust?
I've had that for a while.
Oh.
So can
Did
I
you get
talk about?
Space out of
Can
it?
I? Yeah, I did. Can I talk about David Bowie for a bit?
Please.
Okay, so about a year.
Oh, it's one of my favorite subjects.
Okay, so about a year ago, I was working at a radio station, and that's where I had heard a few David Bowie songs. I was like, oh, it's all right, but
Yeah, I think it's all right. It's
yeah.
only because I've only heard like 4 or 5 songs.
But I started working there, and one of the things I had to do was I had to catalog top 100 hits from pretty much the 60s to the 2000s.
Yeah.
And he's in literally all of those decades because he's pretty much been
The
relevant.
guy has
entire
had.
time.
I'm about to say he has put out album pretty much every year since he started, and it's
Yeah.
been a hit.
Yeah.
On every time he's done it, he's never had a flop.
Yeah, and so you go, especially like in the '80s, you get through a lot of like horrible music.
Yeah.
And
There's always like one David Bowie song that stands out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I kind of liked him. Wasn't like super into him, and then I think it was like the day after Thanksgiving, he released the music video for Black Star, and I watched it.
The album that he wrote while he knew he was done.
Yeah.
He knew.
See,
he was
that
done.
one I want to hear.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And
He
so,
wrote that because he knew he was done.
yeah, and so he released the music video, and it's like a 10-minute long music video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll watch it, and I was just like, there was like no going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like entranced. I'm not exaggerating. I watched it like about 8 times in a row,
Yeah.
and it's like 10 minutes.
I've heard it's
So I
mesmerizing.
was just watching it, and then I was like, well, I'm like super into this now.
Yeah.
So then I started getting really into it, and I was like, I tried to look for some music. I got Heathen, which is one of the best albums.
Heathen's really good.
And then
Okay.
I got Ziggy Stardust. I got like a compilation
Yeah,
album.
you need to hear Heathen.
Now I'm going to listen to
Heathen's
these
great.
whenever I get home.
Oh yeah, they're great. And I was sort of like I remember getting Heathen. I bought it online, like completely sealed, unopened, and it was like I got it for like $6. And I knew Black Star was coming out, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get Black Star the day it comes out. So I got Black Star the day it came out. I was like super into it, and like 2 days later he dies.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, what?
I just
He
became
just
a fan.
died. Like, how did he just die now?
Yeah.
And so the thing that sucked, like it sucked that he died, but what became worse is I was like making it like a mission to try to like collect all this stuff. And then once he died, everyone was like, oh, I've got to get as much David Bowie stuff as I can.
Yeah.
Black Star came in number 2 in the U.S.
Yeah.
when he was alive.
Yes.
I'm part of that.
Yeah.
I helped him get to number 2.
Number 2.
After he died, it went to number 1. And it's like, it should have been number 1.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of like annoyed me. But then it was like, it became impossible to find stuff because everyone was just buying up everything again.
Right.
I went and...
iTunes even cashed in on that. They had like the special.
Oh, they
David
did.
Bowie
Yeah,
collection.
yeah. And I remember looking up Heathen just out of curiosity, and the same place I got it for like $6, it was $40.
Yeah.
Like right after he died.
Yeah.
And it was like
That's
super.
because
It was
that's one of
super
my-
annoying to me though, because it was like I see Heathen and I see like a masterpiece, and then these people see Heathen and they just see like dollar signs,
Yeah.
and it's like
That's because Heathen
It's
was
so
one of
annoying.
his like really last great big albums, and
Yeah.
so like they're trying to cash in on like the fact
Yeah.
that like that's one of his best.
yeah.
It's one of his best works. There's a lot of good tunes on that.
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah.
I also listened to When You're a Boy, that song.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's because that was in Measure for Measure, and I had to listen to that song every
Yeah,
night.
you were telling me about that.
Heaven
They had-
above Jah,
Yeah,
I listened
yeah.
to the song every night for
clouds
over a month and a
part
half.
for ya.
Yeah.
Nothing stands.
But so I've been
It's
trying
a good song,
Yeah. Oh, but
but after hearing it 30 plus times, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I need a break.
Have you ever heard the Cat People song? The one
Oh,
with
yeah.
the different cat people?
Yeah.
I've been putting out fires with gasoline.
yeah. So I've been sort of like steadily building it up, and then Audrey just put like a huge.
You should hear Jimmy Fallon's impression of David Bowie.
I
Is
bet
it
it's
good?
good.
Jimmy Fallon does a very good impression of it. He actually wrote a song called Jesus Christ to Tim Tebow, which is
Oh yeah, yeah. I did hear that.
Jesus Christ to Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, seven albums in one day was a huge gift.
I bet you
That's
haven't even
awesome.
listened to all of them yet.
It took me like almost an hour to just load them all into my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So I've just been trying to do that. But I love David Bowie. so I'd be bit by someone who bit David Bowie just for that.
So you had an update about the clown situation.
Yeah. So the clowns in South Carolina that are scaring kids.
Yeah, they were luring them into the woods with
With money?
money.
Yeah, that's what I had heard.
This to me, this is the end of the world stuff.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this
creepy.
it is the scary. If you thought Donald Trump was scary, if you thought North
Purge
Korea
is going to become a real thing.
Yeah.
seriously, and it's going to be led by clowns, and I just can't handle it. I would shoot myself in the head if I knew clowns were coming.
Donald Trump could play a good clown.
He
is.
does every day.
I want to see him done up like a clown.
Like a clown.
Yeah.
He wakes up, I'm Donald J. Trump. I'm huge. And then all of a sudden just puts on the big red nose and
The
walks out the door.
Yeah.
Trumpocalypse. So,
The update that I heard was that this may all just be promotion for a film. Apparently,
Oh.
Rob Zombie, I think, has got a new movie about a killer clown, and they're thinking this is some sort of like guerrilla marketing to try to generate some buzz for this.
Rob Zombie's coming out with a movie about a killer clown.
Yes. And you're the first person I thought
Do you know
of.
what I've just written?
Exactly. This happens to you so many times.
So many times.
This is like, what, third or fourth time?
This is the third time this has happened.
Yeah, so he's doing that.
Well, yours isn't specifically about a clown.
His is specifically about clowns who collect people, torture them, and murder them. Like,
And we don't collect them. They come to our show.
This is getting close though.
yeah.
Fuck Rob Zombie.
You better. I was like, you better do this and put it out before, and then be like, Rob Zombie, copy to me.
Rob Zombie can go fuck himself.
Wow.
Or you can try to just take over this and start spreading around like.
But actually, it's my marketing.
Those clowns. It was from my movie.
Yeah, and then the cops come knocking on my door.
Yeah. There was something else they had done, but I can't remember. The main one was the one in the woods with the money, but I read about a different clown doing something else, but I can't remember what it was.
So Rob Zombie may be behind this
Maybe, yeah. Again, it's just
This is all
speculative.
allegedly.
Yeah.
because he's doing a movie about killer clowns.
But wouldn't that be interesting? It's cool.
I'm actually really excited to see that movie.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that Rob Zombie movie is going to be
disturbing.
disturbing.
Yeah,
And it's going to be scary for me because I already don't like
The
clowns.
Devil's Rejects.
That's a great movie.
It disturbs me though.
It's great.
It's not just like freaky to me. Like I watch it and don't feel. Good.
Yeah, I want to talk a lot about it on the show, but like I just don't think we can. I just don't want to. But I want to.
Yeah.
That's a rough movie.
Yeah, it's just
I was showing
the things they do. It's just like the things that bother me is it's not so much the killing, but it's like the humiliation before you kill somebody that really bothers me. And his
Rob Zombie
movies
does
have
that a lot. Yeah, Rob
that's
Zombie
what
does
it is.
that.
I don't like that.
He really messes with people before they.
Yeah,
Man,
Interesting.
they a lot of things do that because I was thinking about that where like Game of Thrones does that a lot.
oh
They
yeah.
like I remember one of my
It's
favorite
like
characters
playing with your
was
food almost.
yeah, well, one of my favorite characters was Oberyn, the guy who got his head crushed.
Ah, that was a nasty
He
scene.
like smashes his teeth out.
Yeah.
He's talking about how
Did
he's
you see
talking
that scene?
about how like
No.
he's talking about how he like raped his sister and just just crushed his head. It was like
That scene leaves
was
a
bad
mark
enough.
on you.
Yeah, it was bad enough that he died, but like he wanted to like humiliate him before
That
he killed
was
him. And I just like
intense.
that stuff in any kind of like entertainment, it always like bothers
It's
me.
literally overkill.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
do you think Game of Thrones is going to end?
I'm thinking
Who do you think's going to come away with everything?
I'm hoping Jon Snow.
Me.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow's been my favorite character since the beginning.
I sure am. I'm going to show up on the very last episode and be like, y'all, this is mine. Bye.
Well, something similar is basically going to happen with Daenerys because they
Yeah.
don't even know what's going on with her.
Oh, yeah. She's
gonna
coming
come
across
from
the narrow sea.
She's going to come out of nowhere.
She can come out of nowhere with these
She's got
dragons.
dragons.
Because they're doing all this scheming, and then this chick they don't even really know about is going to show up and just destroy them.
Yeah.
But I pretty much since the very, very beginning, I've liked Jon Snow. I've got like a thing for sort of like the underdogs in any story.
Jon Snow's the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, like
He's the bastard.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I like him. I like Tyrion. I liked Arya for a while, but she kind of got on my nerves after a while. But yeah, I'm hoping it'll be Jon Snow.
So, what do you think about Trump's softening position on immigration?
What isn't soft when it comes to Trump?
So I was laying in bed the other day watching I watched the entire thing of him in Mexico talking to the Mexican president. I watched the entire thing.
Yeah, where he didn't secure the deal that that's been his like corner piece of his entire.
He was actually, you know what? It was a scary moment for me because I reminisced, like looking at that, I was like, that is what Trump as a president will look like. He's standing up there with a world leader, and he's up there at a podium reciting his speech, and I thought, this is it for real, man. This is what it would look like, and he actually trumped it down, man. Like he really downplayed everything.
Yeah.
Cut to the next day
in Arizona.
He gets back to America, gets
and
back in front,
shit.
and then starts talking shit again,
Yeah.
and it just completely loses everything that was like, you know,
he is
presidential about him.
He is that kid in
I was
high school.
I was actually proud of him for like 2 seconds
I've never been
up there.
But he is that kid in high school who talks a lot of shit when his friends are around and has nothing to say
He
when
gets
he's
in
alone.
front of all those. He
Yeah.
gets in front of all those right wing conservatives, which apparently is all that Arizona's made of. He gets out there in front of them and he starts saying, "We're building the wall higher. Mexico's paying for it. We're throwing everyone out."
Yeah, did you hear there was something where they the ex-president, he like months ago, he was like we're not building that fucking wall.
I know, he used perfect English. He said fucking. He says we are not building the fucking wall.
Yeah, and then like the next day Trump was like, someone was asking about that and he was like, they asked me what I thought about that. And my response was, the wall just got higher. It's like, come on, man. What is this?
The Great Wall of
He's
Trump.
so ridiculous.
But yeah, I haven't really been focusing on him. I've kind of lost interest with him. I'm just waiting for the debates.
He's
I'm so
just
excited.
an annoyance, and he spreads hate. In Texas, actually, my a friend of mine was telling me about how she went on a trip and there were signs everywhere just for Trump and not for Hillary because of an incident that happened in Texas where this woman kept putting up Hillary signs in her yard and people would come and tear it down, and then she'd go and get another one, put it up, and they totaled her car in the middle of the night.
That's ridiculous.
Because he spread so much hate, so people are afraid to put up Hillary signs. But you were telling me today that even though people don't have the signs up, Trump's numbers stay the same, but Hillary's will go up and down and up and down and up and down.
Here's the
His
thing
just
about
remain stagnant, which is terrifying.
He's got his base and they're not going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to explain to her, is that like Hillary Clinton's numbers go up and down. They fluctuate.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing is that his never does, because his base never changes and no one ever joins it.
Right.
So he's got his voters.
Yeah.
And that's not going to help. I mean, there's not enough. There's not enough. The percentage is so small.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord that his numbers aren't good, because the numbers. What I'm seeing is that the numbers are going, when Hillary Clinton's fluctuates, it's either because some people said they're leaving the top of the ticket blank and just voting straight, whatever, at the bottom of the ticket. And then Gary Johnson's numbers will go up and down. So those people going from Hillary, they're bypassing Trump and they're going to like Johnson, who is polling at 9 or 10%. I think he still needs 5% to get on the debate stage.
5% more, You need 15.
The only way that I was listening to a pundit today, they said the only way that Trump could win is that Trump needs to get Gary Johnson on the stage. If Gary Johnson gets on the debate stage, Trump could win the election. This is how. Because people would leave Hillary Clinton, go to Trump, and now leave Hillary Clinton, go to Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson loses the election to Trump because he's got that base and it's bigger than what Johnson could ever get.
Oh, no.
So they said the best thing for Trump is Trump to get Johnson on the stage so that people leave Hillary Clinton, go to Johnson. Now Trump is winning because all of Hillary Clinton's numbers are going to Johnson, but not enough. And now Trump is in the lead.
It's exactly what people thought was going to happen in the opposite. They thought that Trump wasn't going to get the Republican nomination, but was then going to run as an independent. And then they'd have whoever was the Republican, Trump and Hillary. Hillary would get about 50% of the vote, which is what she would normally. And then Trump and the Republican would have to split it, and so they'd get like 25 each. And she would win. That's what people thought was going to happen. It's looking like that's going to happen in the opposite.
In the opposite.
But I still don't think Johnson's going to be able to do much.
No, because
I honestly don't think he'll get.
We're a month away from the first debate, which, by the way, I'm inviting friends over. I'm getting pizza. We're having a party. I am so excited for this debate.
It's sad that it's a spectacle.
I am so excited.
It is. I mean,
this is like the Super Bowl
like a sport.
Me. It is.
Yeah.
If you follow it closely, it is. They talk about it like.
What was that? And people usually.
But it should be an elite intellectual sport rather than it's huge. Let's build a wall.
Well, that's what
fucking immigration.
It's never going to be intellectual because the majority of Americans aren't intellectual.
See, that's true.
That's just the problem.
That's very true. If only it would be like, here's a way that we can fix poverty, and here's a way we can fix taxing situations.
Yeah, that's the thing with like Trump. Trump appeals to so many people because so many people don't know anything like him. It's the same reason why Bush appealed to so many people because. Not that Bush is like an idiot. It's kind of an easy joke. He's clearly not an idiot, but like he was relatable. And for some reason, a lot of people like that. I don't. I don't want a president who's anything like me. I want one who's like leagues above me
Yes.
in terms of intelligence.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how it should be.
But so many people are like, there was the big line with Bush where it was like, oh, you could have a beer with him. So I don't want to have a fucking beer with my
Yeah, he's
leader.
the people's
Yeah.
people. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I actually heard a pundit today got mad at a girl because a woman said, well, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because she's a female and I need some change of that. And he goes, fuck that. He's like, listen, you don't, he says, what you want? He says, you want a nerdy guy. You want a guy that you just think is an absolute economics nerd who you can't even have a conversation with because he's so strange because he's so smart.
Yeah.
He says, that's the kind of guy you want, not just because she's a female or this guy over here because he's fun.
Right.
Because you want someone who's going to be an absolute economics nerd who
Yeah,
you can't
definitely.
even look at, talk to because he's just not fun at all.
well, the two-
that makes a good president
the two-
because he's going to go in there and fix things.
What's weird is the two areas that Trump is doing the best in is people have more confidence in him when it comes to the economy and more confidence in him when it comes to
Because of his failing
terrorism.
businesses.
Well, that's the thing. They think he can fix the economy because he's rich.
Yeah.
That doesn't
No.
relate. It just
Having
doesn't.
money doesn't automatically
Yeah.
make you the know-it-all.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then they think he's going to be really good on terrorism because he talks a big game. But he doesn't ever explain how he's going to do anything. So, I mean, the posturing is what people like.
He's a bunch of bark, no bite.
Exactly.
Got me.
But
He's
it works.
not a bite massage
But
person.
no.
Can you imagine getting a bite massage from Donald J. Trump?
What's worse?
Oh.
What's worse, getting one from him or having to give him one?
Oh! Ariana, I vote you.
No!
I vote you.
I vote you!
I vote you give Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump, if you are listening to the show, because I know you're a big fan. If you are listening to this show, Ariana Tyson will give you a bite massage.
When did I ever say this?
It'll be way better than your own daughter's, because I know that she's probably done something
Oh
similar.
God.
I'm like, and fight him with a bullet.
Dude, he'd make you massage that scalp, that hair.
At least I wouldn't have much ground to cover because he has tiny hands.
He couldn't give him a massage. He couldn't give one because of his small hands. Like,
You know what's funny about him though is like
A lot.
Well, when in
more specific with that.
especially in the primaries,
Just like Hitler was bad, man.
yeah, especially in the primaries, he was like everything he was doing was just like insulting the way people looked.
Yeah.
And it's like I wanted to stop and be like, Donald, do you have any idea what you look like? You fucking horrifying.
Have you used a mirror? People compare you to Oompa Loompas.
yeah.
That is not a flattering comparison.
Oh my
Do you
God.
think he's had any work done on his face?
Yes.
Because his eyes look weird.
I think those lips have had something because they poke out. They just puff.
Yeah. I noticed with his eyes always, no matter how
It's
orange.
like he's always ready to slurp soup.
yeah.
He's, where's my soup?
But no
Where's
matter,
the soup?
no matter how orange his face is, he's always got these like weird like white patches covering his
Oh,
eyes.
tan lines. It's because whenever you go into a
wears
tanning booth, you have to wear the goggles.
Yeah, okay, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, so it's leathering over time. Your skin will actually leather the more that you tan. And most people think when you're successful, you need to have the tan skin and to have lightened hair. But clearly, you can see that over the years, that does way much more
Yeah.
damage than just wearing sunscreen.
That's why those old broads who've been living at the beach their whole lives got that leathery skin.
It's because of skin
Hello there,
absorbing
boy.
and you're getting a lot of vitamin D.
That is
Too much vitamin
too much
D.
That
vitamin
is such
D.
a weird thought of him tanning.
Being in a tanning bed, can you imagine a little like Speedo banana hammock going in the bed?
Ugh.
He's so gross.
Do you remember a few years ago, there was that woman who got in trouble because she was allegedly like bringing her like 5-year-old daughter tanning, and
Oh, God.
they went to go interview her. Her face was like brown.
Yeah.
It was the most ridiculous
There
looking
is
thing
such a
in the
thing
world.
as too much tan.
Have you seen it?
Yes, there is.
No.
I'll try to find it.
But,
I
of
don't know if you
course-
want to put it on. If I can.
Yeah, if you find a picture, I'll
Totally.
put it on.
It's just
'Cause
like-
it's ridiculous. She looks ridiculous.
It's the same shit that happens with dance moms, where they force their kids to like eat a certain diet and to exercise all this time. Oh, the pageants. What's that called? The kid pageants. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what
the
I'm
little
talking
key
about?
pad, like Honey Boo Boo.
Oh yeah, like Honey Boo Boo, where they I forget what the name of that
I
show
actually-
is.
lady.
Actually, watch. Oh my God!
Woo!
That's almost like a racist thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it looks like blackface.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
God!
look at that.
That she looks like a warped bear.
Oh my God! Yeah, we'll have to put this up on the show. Oh, good Lord!
Oh, it moves.
One side of her face looks darker than the other.
Yeah.
Her nose, though, look at that nose.
It's
It looks weird. It looks like she shoved her face in like a bunch of like
See, it's
chocolate
not-
syrup.
It's not attractive,
that poor daughter thinks that that's okay.
especially when she's wearing that pink shirt. It just pops.
That's just too much.
But yeah,
Like, she needs to go into like skin rehab.
Yeah, I remember.
She's gonna have cancer.
I remember her talking about it, and she was kind of like, "I'm not addicted to it. I just like the way I look." And so I think you're getting a little too much into
It's a
it.
little too much.
Yeah.
I think there's a little too much to
There
it.
totally is such a thing as too much tanning, and that
Yeah.
woman proves it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, do what you want, like, whatever makes you happy. But I think you've crossed the line.
Cross
Yeah,
the line.
it's
Yeah.
your life. But my God, if someone
Yeah.
walks up to you and they're like, fill out your application, you put Caucasian and they don't believe you, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
That is a bad thing. That means
Yeah.
you've gone too far.
Yeah, right though. About it, it definitely looks like blackface.
It
I wonder if
does.
anyone's ever mistaken her for being like trying to do that.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have to stare.
How could you not?
How
Also,
could you
with
not?
the blonde hair is not
Yeah,
helping.
exactly.
In the pink shirt.
No. What's wrong with the pink shirt?
well,
it pops.
It's hot.
It
Yeah, I get what you're
pops.
saying.
I mean, she
But-
does look like a big highlighter, but like, my God.
But her daughter looks like she's got like really fair skin and kind of like
Yeah.
reddish hair. So I don't know if the mom is sort of like that naturally.
You think she was probably made fun of a lot when she was younger, and so
Being
that's
too
why
fair?
she has the addiction of being dark.
I don't know why people are so against like pale skin. I don't think there's anything wrong with.
It's another
with
beauty standard that's been posted in advertisements and
I
magazines and
actually
stuff like that.
really like.
Like being a size
I actually
2
really
is
like a
beauty.
pale girl.
Yeah,
I do.
in Japan, that was like being white was like. A
That's the
thing
same
of
in the
beauty.
1600s, 1700s. People would actually put, I think it was some kind of powder that was not good for your body on your
Yeah.
skin to make them look paler.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There was
Yeah, I'm
some,
actually
there was
really
some
into it,
queen
like a
who
pale
did
girl.
that.
Mm-hmm.
She and it was because she had some like scarring or something.
Yeah.
She had like smallpox or something like that.
I think so.
I forget what it was, but
That
her
makes
whole
sense.
face was white and it was just to cover up all of her marks.
Yes.
then
This
that
reminds
became
me
a
of
beauty
something.
thing.
Actually,
What's
when she brought up the fact of this girl being made fun of in school, I want to
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Okay.
I want to ask you a question too.
Okay.
I was thinking the other day. I was reminded of this. I was reminded of this story from middle school. Okay, because it's never really left my mind because it just stands out as one of those those things that just stand out in your mind that you just can never forget.
What was that thing you talk about not being able to play video games like the Oregon Trail?
No,
That was your
no,
memory?
that was elementary school.
Oh, okay. I thought
So
it was
we go to middle school now.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh, okay.
there's one thing that stood out in my mind that just will never go away, and that's I was leaving the cafeteria, and there was this really small girl
Yeah.
who was in my class, I reckon,
Mhm.
and she was standing there. Everyone was pointing and laughing at her. I didn't know what was going on. I pushed my way through to see what's going on, and she's standing in the middle of the cafeteria in a puddle of her own piss.
Oh.
Okay.
And everyone is laughing at her. She was peed herself in the cafeteria. She's just standing there.
Was she
And
sick?
I have no idea. I don't know the whole story.
Okay.
All I know is that this girl was standing in the cafeteria. Everyone is little circled around. They're all pointing and laughing. She's standing there with this mortified look on her face and a puddle of her own piss.
Where are the teachers to stop this?
They did eventually show up.
Okay.
But the thing is that later when I saw her, years later,
Yeah.
she was said to be suicidal. She was like she was an emo kid,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
stuck to herself. She was hooked on the drugs.
Uh-huh.
She was doing the drugs.
She was hooked on the dope.
She was hooked on the dope. And I'm wondering, and I always wondered then when I saw her again, I said,
That's what did it.
is her origin story, is her Batman beginning, is her defining moment, the moment in the cafeteria that made her who she was? Had she not pissed herself in the cafeteria, what would she have been like
Yeah, I don't know.
years later?
It's interesting because I can't imagine that helping.
Yeah.
But usually when someone's like that upset, there's something else going on. Like there
Yeah.
was a story about a kid who he really liked the anime Naruto,
Yeah.
and one of the characters in it got killed, and it upset him so much that he like jumped off of his roof and killed himself. And that was the story. And I was thinking like, I'm sure there was something else going on.
Well,
I'm sure that
yeah, it could
like
have been
that
a
upset him
genetic
as
trait.
well.
This guy
but I
actually...
feel like there's more than just a character
Well,
died.
it's funny
Yeah.
that you said that. This guy actually came up to me one time, and he told me that he was a big Final Fantasy fan.
yeah.
And I said, I've just begun playing Final Fantasy. I'm playing 13, And he was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not very good. And I was like, yeah, I know. And
I
he was,
agree.
Yeah, and he was like, well, anyway.
It's like, so you haven't really started playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, my favorite one's Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, big surprise.
yeah, big
How
surprise.
original.
Yeah. So I said, well, what do you
Everyone
like?
fawns over 7.
Mine's the
It's like-
10th. I like the 10th
Mine's
one.
9. 9 I think is so good. 10 is really good though.
Yeah.
I'd say 10 is in my top 3. But I think
Yes.
9 is the best.
I haven't played 9.
13 all the way. No, so anyway, anyway, I said, so what did you like about the 7th one? And he said, well, I got it. And there was the girl in the...
Aerith. It's either Aerith or Eris. I've heard both. I don't remember what was actually in the actual...
He had a crush on the girl in the story.
Yeah.
And so he said that he would sit up all night playing the game until he would literally fall asleep in front of the game because he was just that addicted to the game.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
he would just play, and then he would wake up and he'd realize the game was still on, and he would continue playing until he fell asleep again.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, he was playing the game, and as you know, spoiler alert, the girl is killed
Yeah,
in the
it's like
game.
one of the most iconic cutscenes in games.
He couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said that he played that game, the beginning part of that game, over and over and over again, thinking that if he changed something or did something different,
Yeah.
she would survive.
Yeah, because
Oh,
there's a few moments where you can like make some decisions, but none of them will affect that.
And so he finally realized that, and he told me, he's sitting there telling me this, and he said, and it's so serious, and I didn't know what to do. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening, and he said, and then the moment finally came to me when I realized that she was gone and lost forever. And I was like, shit. Like, what do you say to that?
He actually mourns the loss of a character in a game.
The irony of that, though, is that like only a few years ago, someone found out there's like a glitch in the game where her character model will pop back up later in the game, so you can technically go find her, but you can't interact. I don't think.
She's just there.
I think,
But at least you know that she's alive.
Yeah, she's just.
That, they must have some solace in that.
No, she's chilling.
Maybe.
But I thought that was really intense, man.
It's very intense. But,
So anyway-
I mean, I like 7. I was kind of like shitting on 7 a few minutes ago. 7's good. I just don't think it deserves as much hype.
So anyway, now that we've discussed that, like, if that is her defining moment,
Yeah.
do you guys have any defining moments that, like, because of this is not who I am? Is there any moment that stands out that, like, yeah, that changed me and this led to the person I am now?
Yeah, definitely, but I wouldn't consider them like to be trivial like that. I mean, I suppose she doesn't consider that trivial.
See, I would love to ask her if I ever see her again. Like, hey, that moment you pissed yourself in the cafeteria, did that
change
Did that change you in any way? She'd be like, honestly, I forgot all about it. You asshole, slap.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, yeah, I think everyone has some things that are defining.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
It's the reason why you're alive.
I
is you
don't. I have no defining moments.
you don't really.
I have been perfect since birth. My defining moment was being born.
I think that your defining moment is that you're a liar.
Well,
Perfect since birth.
I've been perfect since born. My defining moment was simply being here.
If you're an animal, you'd be a lion.
That's a funny joke.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But defining moment, I don't know, for like myself as a person, myself into my career.
Whichever.
What? Well, the first time I knew I wanted to be a stage actor was my first stage performance that I got to watch / be in. Actually, yeah, totally. Because I went to Raleigh Little Theater because we had the buddy system in elementary school where like an older kid would be the younger kid's buddy, and my older buddy was in this theater show, and I was like, okay, whatever. And it was weird because it was a really packed house, and one of the cast members comes up to me beforehand and says, hey, whenever we point at you in the middle of the show, you have to come down and interact with us. And I was like, all right, cool. I had no idea what I was doing. And I went down there, and the time came in the show, and I walked down there, and I was so entertaining, they kept me on stage for 4 minutes. I was only supposed to be there for like 10 seconds.
Oh, nice.
Stole the show.
I did. I stole the show whenever my first theater show in like a actual venue.
Well, that's cool.
So
I had a moment. I wouldn't say this defined me because it's me not doing something. I don't think I would define myself by something I don't do. But I don't like sing or anything like that, and I wish I could. I think that'd be kind of cool to do. Mm-hmm. But I remember when I was in 4th grade, I had a horrible teacher who I think is homeless now.
Showed her.
Yeah, or him. But yeah.
Someone should have studied harder.
But
shit.
I remember I signed up for chorus, and there was like a day where it was like, oh, you'll have to go and practice. Like, we have an hour left of school, so all those kids go practice. I remember I was like getting ready to go, and he was like, oh, no, you don't go. Sit down. So I sat down. And, like, I was kind of like a pushover as a kid. I kind of, like, when people act like that, I just kind of was like, oh, okay, I did that.
Yeah.
And,
I did the same thing.
But then I was kind of like, well, no, I think I'm supposed to go there. So, like, I waited, like, 20 minutes, and then I was like, no, I think I'm supposed to go there. And he was just like, no, you're not, you can't do that. You're not going to, you can't sing. And I was like, no, I think I should. And he was like, well, then what are you doing wasting time here? Go. So I, like, showed up, like, late. And I just, like, I've never ever even attempted to get into like any kind of
See,
that.
that's
And I
so
love music.
rude.
I love music, but I just would never even attempt to like sing. But like I said, I don't think that defines me as a person.
That's a
But I
terrible
definitely
story, man.
think me not being into singing is because of that asshole.
Oh,
But now he's homeless, so fuck
man.
him.
Fuck that guy.
So, like, literally, what does he know? Like,
Yeah,
Well,
fuck
he was just
that
an
guy.
asshole.
if you ever given the opportunity, would you?
See, maybe, but I don't even know where to begin
I have
singing.
never heard you sing.
No, I don't even know where to begin singing. I've never even attempted because I kind of stopped. I just kind of stopped then, even trying.
Yeah.
You should find a song you like and practice that.
Yeah. I get like I think like
I'm sorry, I really love music.
I think he instilled like embarrassment in me.
Yeah.
Because to even think about singing even alone, I feel like embarrassed about even trying to. So I don't.
That's actually kind
I
of.
feel that
Yes.
way too hard.
Yeah.
I used to want to be an actor,
Yeah.
and I had a drama teacher that kind of made that clear that ain't me.
Yeah, but
And
that's such a
that's why I don't act.
stupid thing to
That's
do.
why I started doing the behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
and that's why like I hate acting. Like I hate getting on camera and acting because every time I do, I just think
I
about,
like you when you act.
No.
I honestly do.
Like Elkway, that's the best acting in the film.
No.
That was pretty good.
Like you two were like the best.
It's not good.
Whenever I show anyone that film, they're like, "Why does that dude have a knife?" I'm like, "Hello, it's a samurai sword.
Yeah, it's
Learn
a
your
katana.
place."
No, I don't like acting because every time I do it, I think of the drama teacher,
Yeah.
and then I totally shut down and I just don't do it. That's why I started doing the directing thing and the writing thing because I was like,
Well, throughout
okay,
high school, I was rejected, and a lot I was rejected in high school for acting, and I didn't know why. And then I finally asked the director, "Why did you reject me?" And he said, "It's because you were too tall." Sometimes
Wow.
it's not even about your talent; it's just
he would have hated Uma Thurman.
right
Yeah.
for real. I was just like, "Oh, okay, right on." And then I went to Wilmington. I got cast in the third day of being there.
Yeah. Well, I think I heard Meryl Streep was told that she was too ugly to.
Oh yeah, they kicked her out of an
She's like
audition.
one of the best actresses.
She's a movie star.
Yeah.
It's not
There's
about
actors, actresses, and there's movie stars. She's
Yeah.
a movie star.
it's not about what people say to you. It's about the actions you take after what they say to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think mine, I was actually going to go into the military.
Yeah.
I thought that was the only thing I could do. I thought that was the only plausible thing I could do.
Yeah, that's a popular thing down here.
It
Well, I
really
wanted-
A lot
is.
of people
Well,
do
I
that.
wanted to be an actor, and then I kind of realized that wasn't going to work out, and then I didn't really know what to do. So I thought, well, I'll go into the military and have a
It's also
military.
because we have a lot of forts down here too.
Yeah,
we live in a
yeah, that's
military area. And so I thought that was the only plausible thing to do. So I had this military career planned out. I was going to go in the military. I was going to do the college thing. I was going to try to have a long career in it, and see where that went. I was wanting to do. I was wanting to work in tanks.
Yeah, yeah.
I was wanting to work in the armor division. I was wanting to drive tanks.
Right,
you know?
right.
I figured that was the only thing I possibly do. I get into a broadcasting class in high school, and this is because I didn't want to take any more drama because I just fuck that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I want to do something else. So they had this broadcasting thing, and I thought, well, I'll try the broadcasting thing.
Yeah.
I go in there, and I really take to it. I just really it clicks. I understand it. I'll hold the camera, and it's like I was always meant to use this thing.
Yeah.
And it was my broadcasting teacher came up to me because she knew I was like real big into the military thing because I was in the military MIP military introduction program. So I was usually there were certain days where I'd have to show up in camo because we were doing exercises and stuff like that. So she comes up to me and she's like, "Why are you doing the military thing?" And I was kind of like, "Well, because it's kind of what I got to do." And she told me, she's like, "You actually have a pretty good skill set at the broadcasting thing. You're actually pretty good at it. You should probably go and do that."
Yeah.
So I thought, can I do broadcasting in the military? So I talked to my recruiter about it, and I said, I had a pamphlet on broadcasting in the military, and I showed him the pamphlet, and I said, can I do this? And
You're saying a pamphlet?
it's a pamphlet.
A pamphlet.
Yeah.
What? They're not pamphlets?
No, it's pamphlet. You never knew the word was pamphlet?
No.
Oh my god, cinnamon. All right, let's go.
But can I call them pamphlets?
No,
that's a word.
that's not how you say
I
it.
thought it was just something weird, and then you said it twice, and I was like, I've got a
Correct.
pamphlet?
Wait a minute. I love the word pamphlet.
No, it's
It's
pamphlet.
pamphlet.
No.
It's pamphlet.
Oh, come on. Can I have the word pamphlet?
No, it's not a
Please.
correct word. You're gonna go out into an interview and you're gonna have this amazing job set up, and you're gonna be like, "Yes, I saw about it in your pamphlet," and they'll be like, "This man is ignorant. He will never work in our field."
I love the word pamphlet.
Well,
It's
then-
got an H after the second P.
it's which makes it sound, not a sound.
Fuck that.
Oh my gosh, you would
Pamphlet? It's
pamphlet.
pamphlet.
It's like pamphlet.
That's not cool.
Like a pan flute band.
Pamphlet.
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 Flit.
Pamphlet.
Thank you.
Okay, a pamphlet.
Fuck the rest of the stuff.
No.
Hi.
All right, so you
Excited.
show your recruiter your pamphlet.
Yes.
No, I am really interested. And you showed it to him, and what did he say?
He laughed.
Okay, I was curious what his response.
He
was.
laughed.
Oh, was he like, no?
He just wanted you to be in
He
the
said
military?
no. He said that wasn't going to happen. He says those jobs don't ever come available. He says no one gets that job. You're not going to be a broadcaster in the military.
Wow.
So I said, okay, thanks. I'll go to college for it.
What did he say?
Oh, he was not happy.
No.
He tried calling me days and days and days afterwards.
Yeah, the military can be like the Jehovah Witness.
I know.
They
Military is
won't-
like, they're like the O2 fitness
Yeah.
of the life.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
somehow
I took my
O2
pamphlet loving ass to college, and I got a degree in broadcasting.
Go you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pamphlets.
But O2 Fitness, never give them your phone number.
How do you
Ever.
never stop.
I get text messages randomly like, hey, we're doing a special for $95. You want in? I'm like, who is this? No!
I signed up for
It's this dude named Brian!
I signed up for like a research thing where you do like studies,
LE
Yeah, yeah.
research.
and I wanted to just go and because I think Audra did it once, and that's kind of how I got the idea. And she went and I forget what she reviewed. She reviewed something and got like $100. It was
Nice.
like an hour, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that just for some money on the side. And they've only ever called me for cigarettes. They're like, do you want to test these cigarettes? And I specifically told them at the
I know a
beginning,
place where you can
I
go to
don't
test cigarettes.
I don't smoke. And it's like, I don't smoke. I don't want to smoke. And that's all I get is just cigarette
You should
studies.
just accept it and just don't smoke it and say, oh, it's fine.
Well, what's funny is what they give you for that. They're like, okay, if you do this study, you get like $20 and you can keep the cigarettes. It's like, I don't want the cigarettes, so I gotta go
$20?
buy my own cigarettes and I can keep them.
Ugh.
It's like, no.
That's ridiculous. Can I tell you a funny story about that? You've already laughed at me for pamphlet. You'll love this.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was doing those LNE research things too, and they were going to call me, and I knew they were going to call me at some point in the day, and they were going to ask me a question. I just had to answer it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was really nervous about it. So they call me, and then they say I was like 5. Okay, so
Oh, really?
yeah, I
Wow.
was really young. So they call me and they're like, "Okay, is this Justin? This is Hay." And they were like, "Okay, so what is the importance of commercials?" And I said, "Oh, that's so that the actors can have time to go have a bathroom break."
Oh, for the show.
Oh.
And
they love that,
And
right?
there was a pause, and she said, "Okay, thank you very much." So I got called in to do.
It worked.
The commercial thing. So yeah, I got in on it, and then they showed me a bunch of Fruit Loops commercials, and they were like, "What do you like and hate about these?" And I said, "Well, for starters, it's got Gazoo in it, so that sucks."
Gazoo?
You know, the alien. I was like, no one likes Gazoo in the Flintstones.
Oh, that was on the Fruit Loops?
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah,
Fruity Pebbles.
yeah.
Fruity Pebbles. It was Fruity Pebbles sitting on his Flintstone. They were like, well, they showed me they showed me like 3 commercials. And then they were like, what, out of the 3, which one didn't you like? And I said, well, I hated the one with Gazoo in it because no one likes him. That ruined the show. And so
It's very strange.
I
to put
noticed
an
that
alien in
I noticed that I saw the commercial later on, the one that I had said that
Didn't
I really
like.
liked.
Oh, the one you did like.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw that one. I never saw the Gazoo.
I would love it if like it was just Gazoo
I
all day
told
long.
them
It's like, what are you doing?
No one listened to me.
So did you get paid for that?
I did. I don't remember how much it was because I was like
Did you
5
get
and
it?
I went and bought
Your
an extra.
parents just took it.
I bought a toy.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying your parents just pocketed.
I
your
have no
money.
idea how much it was. They just pocketed it. I have no idea.
Pimping out their kid.
I think they took me to Toys R Us like afterwards, and I just blew it. Like, you know what I mean?
What else did you do?
Like I bought it like probably a Jurassic Park.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, yeah. I was like 5 or 6. you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I thought commercials back then during a movie were so the actors could go and have a bathroom break.
That's funny. I don't know what I thought about stuff like that when I was a kid. I don't think I really even thought about it.
Apparently, I wasn't thinking too much either.
You came up with a whole scenario there.
Yeah.
Here you are, still not doing much of the thinking.
Apparently not. I've been saying pamphlet for 28 years.
Pamphlet.
I love that. I honestly, when you said it, I honestly thought that was
I thought
something
it was a mistake,
else.
like a stutter.
Oh, no, I thought it was just something else that I
Oh.
didn't know about. I thought like maybe some form in the military is called a pamphlet.
Oh, no.
Then I was like,
listening and I was like, okay, maybe it's just like one stutter. But no, then it happened again and again. And it's pamphlet.
I have never heard anyone say that.
Maybe you've never talked to someone about a pamphlet before.
I mean, it doesn't come up in conversation
Really,
too
yeah,
much.
it
Yeah. How many people use pamphlets anymore?
I'm to say, it doesn't often pop in there like, hey, check out that pamphlet.
Ah, you said it right.
Well, I'm going to now.
Cinnamony.
Are you like going through your like memory? Like, okay,
I'm thinking
who
about
did I
all.
say
I'm
pamphlet in front of?
thinking about all the times I've said that and who was listening, and did they say it too, or did they just
Kind of like whenever you have spinach in your teeth.
yeah?
Like,
Yeah.
how many people did I smile at
Who,
today?
who saw me?
Yeah.
Who witnessed this and said nothing?
I have to do that every day when I come home and look in the mirror. Who saw me today? Everybody
Same.
did. Everybody did. So, did you survive the hurricane, Hermione?
No, we're all dead.
That was it didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
question.
it really did.
Yep, good
Really
question.
did. Hey, there are people freaked out around here. Okay.
Were there
You
really?
should go get a pamphlet about it.
Hurricane safety.
Pamphlet. You
We got
said it
some-
wrong.
We got like a day of
You
bad.
said it
That
wrong.
was a joke.
Yeah, you said it wrong.
That was the day.
I think that this is just a day of. We had one day of like shitty weather. That
Did you
was it.
see the picture from Wilmington about Hurricane? Was it Hermione?
Hermione?
Yeah, I don't think it was Hermione.
It's not Hermione. It's
Because someone was
Hermione.
like, "Fuck that Harry Potter hurricane bullshit," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Stop!" But
No, it's spelled. Yeah, it's spelled differently. Yeah, it's just pronounced
Right.
Hermione.
Hermione.
I'm calling it Hermione
Go you.
because
But there was a
it's-
photo in Wilmington of
It's in the
some
pamphlet.
dude.
because it's in the pamphlet.
Some dude's like garage was flooded, and out of the garage came a blow up doll.
Oh no!
And
Oh,
it was
I
just,
saw that.
It was just floating down the street.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
You go
like,
that.
swimming after
Wilmington
it.
Pride.
I saw that blow up doll on the internet. Yeah.
That would be great if he like frantically was trying to get it.
He's like, "No, wait, Cynthia."
Oh. So what are you guys gonna do the rest of the week? Any plans? Any big plans?
No.
Just chill.
I might have a bridal photo shoot on Saturday, but besides that, mm-mm.
All right, all right. I'm not really. I don't think I really got a whole lot going on. I'm just gonna try to keep it chill. Just gonna try to keep it chill.
Keep it cool.
That's what I'm gonna try to do. Relearn how to say the word pamphlet. Gotta go do my research on that.
You're not. It's not going to come up much, so you're probably safe. For the most
Yeah, probably safe. I'm just damn. I learned something new today.
Yeah,
you know,
sure
you learn
did.
something new. I've been saying a word wrong for 28 years. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, that about does it for this week here on the show. We'll see you back here next week. I'm Justin.
I'm Ariana.
part. I'm Ross.
Take it easy.